Animal abuse is a major problem which makes people feel a certain way. Some people disagree it is a problem, but if you think it is, there are many ways you can help. People have strong feelings at the fact animals are getting abused.
What volunteer work do you do?
Currently, I am Vice President of Rescued Ohio, which is a nonprofit 501c3 foster-based dog rescue.
What does 501c3 mean?
That means it's nonprofit.
Animal abuse is a problem for many reasons. It leads to other kinds of abuse. 13% of animal abuse cases also involve domestic violence. 71% of domestic violence victims reported their abusers also targeted their animal.
Why is animal abuse a problem?
One reason animal abuse is a problem is because there is a direct link between violent crimes to animals and violent crimes to humans. Most serial killers and mass murderers first started out by sadistically torturing animals. Those include the famous mass murderers and serial killers such as Ted Bundy, the Son of Sam, the Boston Strangler. They all started out torturing animals before they killed humans.
Abusing your animal is also illegal in a lot of states. 67% of reported abusers get arrested. You can get 2 to 5 years in prison for abusing a dog.
How threatening is animal abuse?
Well, as I stated before, animal abuse is very threatening, not only to animals but to people. Again, there is a direct link between people that abuse animals and become serial killers and murderers. Also, people that abuse animals are also child abusers and domestic violence perpetrators.
Some people believe you have to kill animals for food. If you hunt to kill animals, you are in danger because hunting accidents can kill other hunters. The animals you hunt have a painful death. By killing an animal, you destroy families, disrupt migration patterns, and disrupt hibernation patterns. Hunters prefer to kill big, healthy animals which are needed to keep a population strong.
Do you think it's wrong to kill an animal for food?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Well, I am a vegetarian. The main reason is we don't need animal food to survive. We can survive without eating animals. Number two, animals suffer and feel pain, so it's not right to kill them. Number three, the whole industry of meat is harmful on our environment. 18% of greenhouse gas emissions come from the meat industry.
Can previous abusers get an animal?
They can. They usually cannot get them through a rescue because rescues do background checks, but they could go to a local shelter and adopt, go to a breeder. So yes, animal abusers can get animals. Most rescues do have a national registry for do not adopt, but there are many routes for abusers to get animals from otherwise.
What effect does speaking up about animal abuse cause?
Well, speaking up about animal abuse locally can get that animal removed from a bad situation and save its life. But speaking out against animal abuse can also help change laws, such as Nature's Law. There's many ways to speak up. You can speak up in directly to a person who is abusing an animal, or you can just speak out to your legislators. There's many ways to speak out.
What is Nature's Law?
Nature's Law was a law that has been presented several times to help bring about harsher punishments to people who abuse animals.
What do children do to the animal if they aren't taught to respect it?
Well, if they're not taught to respect an animal, they may mistreat it. That's why it's important to teach children to respect and have compassion to animals. If they're taught to do that, studies have shown that they'll be more respectful and kind as adults, and they'll be better citizens and law-abiding citizens.
What volunteer work can you do to help the animals that have been abused?
Well, you can offer to volunteer at a local shelter to work with animals that are in the pound. You can foster a dog or a puppy that has been abused and teach them what it's like to be loved and cared for.
There are many ways to help prevent animal abuse. One way to help is to volunteer. You can foster a dog or help out at fundraisers. Another way to help prevent animal abuse is to speak out when you see it. About 2,000 animals die each year because of animal abuse. If you make a call reporting animal abuse, the agency you call is required to investigate.
Well, there's just time. So is it wrong to dance this line? If your heart was full of love, could you give it up? 'Cause what about